Uganda finds itself grappling with a significant gender gap in the realm of technology and digital access. There are approximately 200 million fewer women online than men. Globally, Uganda stands out as a country where this disparity is prevalent. The inequalities persist as women in Uganda have limited access to and utilization of ICT skills compared to men. However, it is crucial to recognize that empowering women with strong ICT skills opens up a world of opportunities, including stronger networks, improved job prospects, enhanced business and educational prospects, and increased access to various resources. This gender digital divide not only hampers women's progress but also perpetuates cyberbullying and violence against women online. To address these challenges and advance towards 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, a gender-responsive approach to innovation, technology, and digital education is imperative. Such an approach fosters awareness of girls' and women's rights and promotes civic engagement in digital technology. By bridging this divide, we can harness the enormous potential of digital technology to address development and humanitarian challenges effectively. In Uganda, the primary obstacle to women's internet access lies in the lack of electricity and communication infrastructure in rural areas where a substantial portion of female population resides. According to the Uganda Communications Commission, only 20% of the internet users reside in rural areas, despite women constituting 60% of the rural population. This discrepancy highlights the urgent need for government intervention to provide equitable access to digital technologies and ensure inclusive development across urban and rural settings. With the advent of advanced technologies, it becomes crucial to address the online safety of children. The internet exposes them to various risks, including cyberbullying, chatroom misconduct, child pornography, and nudity. To protect children, institutes of learning should be empowered with child online protection skills, enabling them to guide and safeguard students, especially the girl child, from these digital hazards. To narrow the gender gap in technology and foster inclusive development, collaborative efforts are necessary. Strong partnership between the government and the private sector, donor communities, and civil society must be established. Telecom companies and service providers can play a vital role by forging community partnerships to provide gadgets on loan to members of social capital groups, implementing group payment plans to facilitate access to technology. Additionally, offering affordable internet provision packages can enable women to utilize phones and computers to access opportunities and achieve their desired goals in business and career development. Uganda's technological revolution holds immense potential for progress and empowerment, particularly for women. By prioritizing economic and social equality, investing in digital skills training, and creating an enabling environment for women's access to technology, Uganda can bridge the digital gender gap. It is through the collective efforts of government, civil society, local communities, international organizations, and the private sector that the risks of digital revolution can be mitigated, while ensuring that more children and young girls can benefit from its transformative opportunities. Now, looking at East Africa, the tech industry in East Africa has traditionally been dominated by men in senior C-suite roles. However, the landscape is rapidly changing as more women gain opportunities and skills, leading to increased female participation in the tech sector. In 2019, women accounted for 30% of individuals in tech in sub-Saharan Africa, and they are now ascending to positions of power, creating impactful tech products and services that benefit a wider audience. The influence of women in the tech sector is becoming impossible to ignore. Notably in Kenya, women-led medium-sized enterprises represented 45% of such businesses in the year 2021, making significant contributions of approximately 20% of the country's gross domestic product. Through leadership roles in both local and Silicon Valley companies, women in East Africa are breaking barriers and proving their ability to handle complex technologies. The narrative that women are incapable of managing such roles is being dispelled, as exemplified by the recent appointment. Catherine Muraga, formerly the head of engineering at Stanbic Kenya, was appointed as the new managing director for Microsoft's engineering hub in Nairobi, which employs up to 1,000 people. Her appointment symbolizes the increasing prominence of women in leading positions within the tech industry. Rosemary Kiwati, previously the public policy manager at Safaricom, secured the role of data protection officer at KCB Group, East Africa's largest bank in terms of assets. Her appointment further exemplifies the rising influence of women in important tech positions. Kendi Ntigwa, formerly Microsoft's country lead for Kenya, was named as Meta's global head of Miss Presentation. In this role, she will focus on scaling Meta's enforcement of community standards, her recognition as an emerging leader in innovation and entrepreneurship by tech women, as U.S. State Department initiative highlights an achievement of women in East Africa's tech sector. Women in the tech education, government, and non-profit organizations are implementing innovative strategies to encourage girls and women to pursue tech careers. The initiatives aim to demonstrate that a career in technology can be a viable and fulfilling option for them. Numerous programs are equipping girls with necessary skills they need to succeed in the tech industry. Women in Technology Uganda has brought together women and girls, providing them with innovation and focused training that prepares them for the future economy. The Women Technology Uganda reports that over 75% of its 8,000 alumni start their own businesses and secure digital jobs. Tunga Hub offers courses and skills based on training to empower women and technology. By offering relevant training opportunities, Tunga Hub contributes to the growth of the success of the women in East Africa's tech sector. In Nairobi, the Accurate Chicks coding course has been instrumental in teaching 10,000 women in East Africa how to code. This program provides women with necessary technical skills to thrive in the tech industry and serves as a statement to the increasing empowerment of women in East Africa's technology landscape.
Women, ladies, girls, this is your episode. Wow, I cannot wait for what we are about to delve into. But we are going to show you the connection between mentorship, technology, and entrepreneurship. We have ladies that are interested in technology. We have women, girls who are being, gathered or who are being profiled from undermined communities, and they're being brought to a bigger platform by Women in Technology Uganda. Today, I'm delighted to have Francis Divine, who is going to take us into deeper insights of what Women in Technology Uganda is all about. However, before we dive into that, we know that if you are a technologist or an entrepreneur and you're a lady, you're a girl in the village, you're a girl in any community, you're a girl in the rural, in the urban areas, and you are interested in technology, this is your episode for you to know more about Women in Technology, their activities, their programs, what they do, and what they can do for you to access mentorship, to access that kind of service that can actually make you a better girl, a better lady, a better woman, for your husband, for your children, and so much more. It's going to be an exciting episode. You don't have to miss this. But of course, as I said, I'm delighted to have the programs manager of Women in Technology, who has a brilliant mind about the programs Women in Technology Uganda are doing, and she's going to throw us into all those activities, and we shall get to know more about their services. You're most welcome, Divine.
Thank you, Clinton.
I'm happy to see you.
Very nice to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for thinking about me.
Oh, I had to. Did I have a choice? No, but one of the reasons I was thinking about you is because I feel like Women in Technology Uganda is doing a great service to the girls, especially who do not have, the ability, the access to certain resources, the access to certain trainings and programs that could actually uplift them, not only them for personal growth, also for financial independence, but also for upscaling of their businesses. Because we have girls that are stuck in the village, girls who have actually brilliant ideas, but they are stuck in the village. They do not have platforms on how they can upscale their businesses. They do not have that mentorship, that coaching. So I looked at Women in Technology Uganda to be one of the profound organizations that could actually do that for the ladies, and that led me to think about you.
Thank you, and so, I'm glad.
So definitely, I just wouldn't mind if you talk to us about the exact mission and vision of Women in Technology Uganda.
Thank you so much for that brilliant introduction. Yes, I'm actually glad that we are reaching even the men. It shows that we're doing something great when we're actually reaching Smart 24 young men, etc. So it shows that we're doing a good job. So Women in Technology was founded in 2014. So we've been around for a long time. And the reasons like this is why we're in existence. So our goal, like you said, you so rightly put, is to empower girls and women with technology as a driver to earn an income. So it could be as a career in tech or STEM, or it could be in your business. So how then do you incorporate tech in your business, or how do you use tech as your business? Yeah. So we've been around long enough. We've reached about 8,000 women and girls in total in our different programs. Now, Women in Technology has two focus areas. We have the We2 Tech Hub, then we have the We2 Business Hub. The We2 Tech Hub's main program is called the Code Academy. You know what coding is?
The Code Academy, yes, I know what
coding. Exactly. So some of the challenges that you know of why We2 came into existence is that we have more men, more boys getting into STEM and tech for the longest time. I'm sure you can agree that if you look around your classmates or your year mates in uni, if you look at the computer science students or the software, or even back in primary or secondary school, the IT class was it's boys who are more passionate or more involved or participating more. If you as a young boy, when somebody asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You are more likely to say, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a pilot. Whereas your counterparts, the girls, may not have been saying that. So this is exactly the kind of mindset we're trying to change. So under the We2 Tech Hub, we work with girls from a young age, from primary school.
What age?
6. So we have programs for 6-year-olds, yes. We have junior, what you call junior scratch, which is basic programming. But also there are so many, when people think about tech, they just think about computers. But there are other STEM-related activities that stimulate that part of the brain. You have these STEM centers where they teach you how to make things DIY, do it yourself, building blocks. How do you learn, how do you get interest in being an architect from that young age? So there are games, there are activities, there are certain things that many people have not been exposed to, and we're trying to encourage, Ugandan, whoever has stakeholders as a whole, to encourage girls that there's always a way. You don't have to have computers to get girls interested in STEM. So the Code Academy works with girls from the age of 6 to, we deal with 35, but also beyond. But because we can't do everything and we can't reach everyone, we're concentrating up to the age of 35. The hope is that if you touch someone's life before that age, then they'll become that person that you see them to be. Then they can do it themselves after that. So we have programs including code clubs, where we work with clubs in school where the girls form clubs, and then they work with their ICT or STEM teachers to build their capacity, their skills in coding, in web development, in anything related to STEM. So just like you had clubs like Rotary Club, in school it was called Interact Club, or Youth Alive Club. We have code clubs that encourages girls to get interested in STEM and ICT.
What has been the impact of such clubs?
The interest, like I said, the major reason is for us to get the girls interested in STEM from an early age. So you have more girls as they grow up being interested in being software engineers. So we have more software engineers compared to, if you check the statistics of 2000s or the 90s. So you have more girls interested in STEM, tech, you have more people innovating. We talked about, girls having ideas out there, or women, and they get stuck. Now we have more women who are in tech careers, who are innovating for these women, or who are coming up with solutions for community problems, where something as simple as, let me look for an example of, for example, let me use Jumia, because now I can't think of the top of my head. Who knew that you could sit at your home and order for groceries from Carrefour or from the market? Remember in COVID lockdown, we were ordering for vegetables and fruits. So we want more women to be able to design those solutions for for the lowest kind of person. So it's this encouraging young girls to go into STEM. Many of the problems in your home, for example, when you are growing up, it's your mother who solves the solutions, or your auntie. Now imagine if they already have that eye of solving small problems. Now you add in tech. Won't the homes just be super? The communities will be super, because already our women are solvers of problems. Now give them tech, which is a driver, which makes it easier, which gives them a platform to network. So we want more girls to get in there so that they solve the everyday problems, so that they can earn an income from careers. There's a very big problem of unemployment right now, especially with the younger generation, below 35. So how do we as stakeholders support these young people to think outside the box? Don't finish university and just move around with your brown envelope. How can you?
I noticed this organization started by women, for the women.
Yes.
But my question is, and I believe even our viewers will be, having these questions in their mind. The question is, what gap was women in technology trying to close?
Yeah.
Not involving men.
Yeah.
Is it because you noticed there was an imbalance?
Yes.
Was there an inequality?
Yeah.
What kind of gap were you trying to, solve or close by focusing on only and only women?
Yes, Clinton, that's a very good question. So our main goal is to close the technological gender gap.
For the ladies?
No, when I say gender gap, it means I'm talking about the gap between men and women. The facts and the stats and history shows that the women are the disadvantaged. You dispute that?
But do you know how organizations today always fight for gender inclusion?
Yes.
How they always want to have that gender balance?
Yes.
In every aspect,
Yes.
in every program?
Yes.
So
what does gender mean to you? Do you think gender means equal?
Not necessarily.
Uh-huh.
But I'm trying to ask myself,
Eh.
if we are, because, okay, you're talking about the statistics that
Yes.
show that women are always
Are disadvantaged, marginalized. Yes, that is what statistics shows. Earlier I said, if you go back to your primary, and you see when they used to ask people, what do you want to be when you grow up? You see the difference between what girls used to say and boys? So the gender imbalance starts from right there. Who are the role models that are available for a young girl to say, I want to be like that engineer who is a woman? I want to be, so we need to have more girls succeeding in technology so that the younger girls can also want to be like them. Men, you have a very good argument. You say organizations are fighting for gender balance. So your question is probably, why are we only concentrating on women?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, just like any other organization where they have a priority, a concern, because like I said in the beginning, you can't do everything. The problems in this world are so vast. So here as Women in Technology realizes, if we do this, get more women into tech and STEM, we will solve some problems. They will innovate for problems that exist. They will better their businesses. They will have more access, more opportunities in terms of careers. So if you compare, like maybe let's say go back to the 60s, and you see the careers that women were getting into, you'd probably grow up and you want to be a nurse if you're a girl, but doctors are men, or now you have more women as lab attendants, as doctors. It doesn't matter. So yes, we have done well so far, but there's more we can do. Now, Women in Technology particularly targets the underserved girls. So yes, there's women as a whole, but there's those ones who are further disadvantaged because of maybe their background. So you have many of our programs target the girls in the urban ghettos near us. So maybe girls who have managed to go up to S6, but they don't have someone to pay for them for university. Girls who drop out of high school. So we have programs for girls who have dropped out S1, S2, not finished. Remember I talked about the unemployment problem. This is affecting most of the youth, whether you've graduated or not. But you imagine
Male or female?
Male or female. But you imagine what it's like for those who are not even graduating. Can they compete? Can you employ somebody who dropped out of S1, they come here and say, I want to be a producer? So imagine if that person has some tech skills. Yes, they didn't have S6 papers, but they tell you they can code. They can develop a website for you. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes. So we have chosen to work with women, yes, knowing that they are more marginalized. Every organization, every entity chooses a priority area, and we realize that everybody, including men and women, could benefit from tech. And benefit. But even these things that we do with women benefit the whole economy. If I educate, if I skill a girl to develop a solution that benefits everybody, I'm helping the men too. So these solutions that they're developing are not just to benefit women. Yes, the girl is earning the money from it, and you have to remember that when you put income into the hands of a woman, doesn't it benefit the whole family?
It does. It does.
So, so we're here for both men and women. The world is our oyster. There's a lot we can do. Yeah.
What model are you using? Because if we have girls come to WE2,
yes,
Women in Technology, and then they are taught on how to do these things, how to code, how to design websites and things.
Exactly.
So I want to understand the model from the point of entering the organization to the point where you release this girl to go and say, you know what, go and now start your own business.
Yeah.
I want to understand what happens after they have learned whatever you have taught them. Do you certify them? Do you preferably link them with an investor? Do you link them to venture capitalists? What happens? What kind of model are you using to ensure that this person can now maturely go out there and start their own stuff?
I like your question, and that's a very, very important aspect, and many training programs sometimes forget about that part. So I had started earlier, but yes, derailed. Remember I said we have the tech hub and the business hub. So the tech hub, and then we have a blend. The program that I talked about, the one where we target girls who have not finished secondary school, is called the Elevate program. It's a 3-month program. You come and learn basic ICT skills, entrepreneurship. If you've never started a business, we teach you foundations. If you have a business, we help you to scale. So all the programs certify you. The Diploma Institute, which is WITI, is still we're still under the process of registering with the Ohio Council of Learning. So we have not yet earned it, but we're just close, very, very close. But the girls are learning. So as soon as we get the certification, these girls will be able to present their diploma in Makerere and enroll for a degree, or present it and get internship, Liquid Telecom. We have some girls who have already entered Airtel, Liquid Telecom. So linkage is very, very big part. Post-training support is very, very key. Whether it's a business program under our accelerator, where we work with programs, they get a little money from us. We have a WE2 fund, where we work with informal business women. We train you, and then you prove yourself and get a little seed capital. Could be 300,000, could be 500,000, because the women we work with are from the underserved areas, remember. So, but then WE2, after programs, our doors remain open. Once WE2 becomes their home, we always tell them it's always their home. So even if you've trained, we've given you seed capital, you've got a problem 6 months later, you come back. Bookkeeping, I need to revise. So they're always, we continuously support them to see them succeed.
Women in Technology Uganda is doing such an amazing job. I'm jealous as a man because I cannot imagine we men are being left out from these programs. However, as much as I love this conversation, we shall be back from the commercial break.